Hello everyone, I am Dr. Prasad Kamath. I am Senior Retina Surgeon working with Infigo Eye Care Hospitals. Today I am going to talk about commonly done investigations in retina practice. I am mainly going to talk about three investigations that we commonly do in retina. The first and most common investigation is called as OCT. The full form of OCT is optical coherence tomography. It is a scanning of the retina. It is taken using infrared rays. It is a very safe and simple procedure. So, what are the indications for OCT? The most common indications for OCT are diabetic retinopathy, then retinal vein occlusions causing swelling in the retina, then age related retinal degeneration, then any pathologies of macula, that is the central part of the retina, like macular hole, epiretinal membrane, and there are many other indications for which we do OCT. It is a very safe procedure, as I told you before, so it can be done in almost everyone. Maybe it is difficult to do in very small children or mentally retarded people because cooperation from the patient side is required for this investigation. Now we come to the procedure for OCT. It's a very simple procedure actually. We need to dilate the patient. For dilatation, we need to put dilatation drops, and the patient has to keep his or her eyes closed for around 30 minutes. Once the effect of the dilatation comes, we take the patient for OCT. Now it has to be noted that because of the effect of the dilatation drops, the patient's vision will remain blurred for around 4 to 5 hours. Now once the patient is brought to the OCT machine, he is seated on a comfortable chair and given a position on the OCT machine. Now patient has to look inside the OCT machine and fixate at a light which is there inside the machine. Patient is not supposed to move his eyes while the procedure is being done. Now we take photographs of the retina. Once the scan reports are ready, we analyze the reports. The scan reports shows microscopic structure of the retina. We can actually see all 10 layers of the retina on a scan which is well taken. Then we explain the scan report to the patient and give the printout of the OCT report to the patient, and the patient can go home. So it's a very safe and simple procedure, as I told you. OCT, there are many types of OCT machines available. The most advanced machines are called as spectral domain OCTs or SD-OCTs. In all our Infigo hospitals, we have SD-OCTs which are manufactured either in Germany or USA. Second common investigation that we do in retina is called as FFA. FFA is fundus fluorescent angiography. In simple terms, it is angiography of eye. Now, when we hear the term angiography, first thing we think about is cardiac angiography, that is angiography of heart. Now remember, angiography of heart is a major procedure while angiography of eye is a minor procedure. So if your retina surgeon advises you FFA, do not panic. It's a very simple and safe procedure. Now we come to indications for FFA. FFA is done to visualize the retinal vasculature, that is the retinal blood vessels, especially in cases like diabetic retinopathy, retinal vein occlusions, age-related retinal degenerations, central serous retinopathy, and there are many other indications for FFA. Now what are the contraindications? Means in which cases FFA should be avoided. That is in patients with severe kidney disease, especially the patients who are on dialysis and have a high creatinine level, because the dye that we inject, that is the fluorescent dye in FFA, gets excreted through the kidneys. So if the kidneys are not functioning properly, we should avoid FFA. Other relative contraindications are patients with ischemic heart disease, that is patients with previous heart attack history, then pregnancy and lactating women. Now we come to the procedure for FFA. For FFA, the patient should be NBM, nil by mouth, for around 3 hours before the procedure. That means patient should not eat or drink anything 3 hours before the procedure. Now when the patient comes to the hospital, we dilate the patient. For dilatation, we put some dilating drops inside the patient's eyes. Patient should keep his eyes closed for around 30 minutes. Once the effect of the dilatation comes, then we take the patient to the FFA machine. Patient is seated on a comfortable chair and given a position on the FFA machine. First, we take color photographs of the retina. Then we call anesthetist. Now, presence of anesthetist is absolutely necessary in FFA for the patient's safety. As I told you, FFA is a safe procedure, but in few cases, there can be some complications like nausea, vomiting, then patient may develop giddiness and some allergic reactions. So to take care of those complications, if they happen, these are rare complications mind you, but if they happen, anesthetist should be there. So we always keep anesthetist standby for FFA. Now anesthetist secures a IV line on the hand, then fluorescein dye is injected through the IV line, and then we take photographs of the retina with a special camera that we have. We take photographs starting from 15 seconds to around 10 minutes. Once the photography is done, patient is seated outside, then patient can drink water, and we analyze the report of the FFA, and then we explain the report of the FFA to the patient. Patient is observed for around 30 minutes after the procedure, and then patient is given the report of the FFA, and then the patient can go home. So it is a very safe and simple procedure which is commonly done in our retina practice. The third investigation that we do in retina practice is called as B-scan. B-scan is ultrasonography of the eye. To understand what is B-scan, first we need to understand the basic structure of our eye. Our eye is commonly divided into anterior segment and posterior segment. Anterior segment consists of cornea, which is the front transparent part of the eye, and lens, which is there inside our eye, and posterior segment consists of vitreous, which is a jelly inside our eye, retina and optic nerve. So B scan is done to visualize the posterior segment of the eye, which is there behind the lens. Now, what are the indications for B scan? B scan is done where retina is not visible with routine indirect ophthalmoscopy. It is done in cases of corneal opacity, where the front part of the eye, which is cornea, is white. Then we are not able to visualize the retina. In those cases, to know the status of the retina, we do B scan. Then mature cataract, complete cataract. When in those cases also retina is not visualized with ophthalmoscopy, in those cases we need to do B scan. And vitreous hemorrhage, that is the bleeding inside the eye. In those cases also retina is not properly visualized, so B scan has to be done. So procedure of B scan is fairly simple. Dilatation is not required. We take the patient for B scan. Patient is seated in a comfortable chair. Jelly for sonography is applied on the eye, and with a probe of B scan is applied on the eye, and patient is asked to move his eyes in different directions so that all the quadrants of the retina can be assessed. B scan procedure is very simple and it takes hardly 2 to 3 minutes. Once the procedure is done, the patient's eye is cleaned and the patient is asked to sit outside. Then we analyze the ultrasonography report. The report is explained to the patient, and a copy of report is given to the patient, and the patient can go home. So it's a fairly simple procedure, takes hardly 2 to 3 minutes, and it doesn't have any complications.